strongest meme characters of 2022. In this video, we're gonna go over the heavy hitters of the memeverse this year. Anyway, sit back, relax, because this video is gonna get crazy. Let's do this. Before we can rank the strongest meme characters of 2022, we need to go over the criteria that I used to make this list. These aren't in any particular order, but here are the categories. Strength, speed, durability, IQ, including battle IQ, and hacks. Another thing we'll be considering on this list is their primes as well as their longevity. Now that we've gone over the respective categories, let's go over the honorable mentions that just barely missed the list. Number 1, we have the cameraman, which might be a shocker, but I have my reasons. Although the cameraman can record all of fiction and is in the top 5 fastest characters in the verse, those are his only 2 major powers. Other than that, he pretty much gets steamrolled by everybody else on the list. He might be able to record it, but that doesn't mean he can survive it. Next up for honorable mentions, we have iShow Speed. I won't lie, he was definitely in this top 10 earlier on in the year, but as the year went by, he was just getting nerfed. I mean, after Ronaldo lost the World Cup, Speed took a major nerf. He's just like the cameraman in the sense that his speed is really high, but his other categories don't even come close to that level. Next up, we have Drip Goku. Drip Goku had a lot of potential to make this list, but his drip is pretty much his only calling card. I mean, going up against reality manipulators, he's completely hopeless. Especially the fact that the Ohio secretaries could even take away his drip. I mean, what would happen if he actually went toe-to-toe with some of the characters on this list? Bro would get soloed immediately. Last but not least for honorable mentions, we have Dylan Sykes. Although he's the main character of the memeverse, he just simply doesn't have enough plot armor. I mean, bro can live out infinite realities, but that doesn't mean he can beat all of them. Now that we're done with honorable mentions, let's move on to number 10. At 10, we have Ultra Instinct Shaggy. Now, I know what you're thinking, isn't Ultra Instinct Shaggy crazy powerful? I mean, he could beat people at 1%, right? That's when he was back in his prime. Current Ultra Instinct Shaggy is pretty much a punching bag compared to the rest of the list. Some pros for Ultra Instinct Shaggy: he has some really high hacks because of his infinite power scaling. Really good strength stat because of his Ultra Instinct status. I mean, this guy held up against Infinity Gauntlet Shrek for a while. His 1,000,000,000% Shaggy form was strong enough to transcend the current memeverse reality and discover the memeverse multiverse first. I mean, this guy could even reverse the ultimate reverse card to beat Uno Man. However, Ultra Instinct Shaggy has some pretty clear and major drawbacks. First of all, he was mind controlled by Shrek. And although he held up against him, it was like for a minute. Also, Shaggy is one of the most inefficient characters in the verse. He might be infinitely scalable, but that rarely happens because he wastes so much energy. For that, he sits at number 10 on the memeverse 2022 rankings. At number 9, we have the Romanian final boss. For a time, this guy could completely overpower Giga Chad. At the peak of his powers, he could lift 2 multiverses when Giga Chad could only lift 1. I mean, this guy is pretty much one of the only characters to survive Ohio on Supermax difficulty. However, he only ranks at number 9 because he later lost his powers by losing battles to characters higher on this list. He used to be able to compete with his arch nemesis that's higher on this list, but now he can't even touch him anymore. On top of that, he's now trapped in the Nature's Aoria domain expansion. On top of that, he's lost a lot of power because he doesn't know what the dog is doing and doesn't know what the fox says. Because of that, the Romanian final boss ranks at number 9. At number 8, we have Sylvester. At one point, I won't lie, Sylvester was definitely top 3 in the verse. The Kumalala and Sylvester arc of the memeverse completely took over the internet. However, we're not ranking characters on their prime, we're ranking them currently. And Sylvester just doesn't have the amount of longevity as some of the other characters on this list. He's gone toe-to-toe with his light-skinned rival, but pretty much all the other characters bop him after his nerfs. Sylvester's also continually lost to a lot of other characters on this list. That's why Sylvester ranks at number 8 of the strongest memeverse characters of 2022. At number 7, we have Jamal. Jamal has an arsenal of abilities that he's used to get the upper hand on a lot of characters in the memeverse. On top of that, Jamal is only one of 2 characters in the memeverse that has access to dark skin Riz. Remember that Riz is one of the strongest debuffs in the memeverse, causing characters to lose some of their abilities. On top of that, Jamal has access to the Sigma Force, which is known to make characters like Arjun be super powerful. It's also the reason for one of the creation of the strongest characters in the memeverse. However, Jamal has some serious drawbacks. He doesn't have a cooling card, which means he doesn't possess an ability that is extraordinarily higher than any other memeverse character. His abilities are pretty rounded out and equal, but when push comes to shove, other characters are just higher in some of those categories. We'll have to see if Jamal gets some buffs in the memeverse. But for now, he ranks as number 7. At number 6, we have Sylvester Sylvester's longtime rival, Kumalala. During the Sylvester vs Kumalala trend, Kumalala just easily soloed. I mean, it probably wasn't that close. Not to mention the fact that Kumalala, even in his weaker form like Kumalala the Destroyer of Worlds, still achieved a lot more than Sylvester. He was stronger, faster, and just simply better. He also possessed more Riz Jutsu. His light skin Riz stats were just far higher than Sylvester's light skin Riz stats. However, Kumalala does suffer from the same negatives that Sylvester does. First of all, his longevity just isn't the same as the other people on the list. Secondly, he did suffer majorly from the Shrek ban list. Because he was never mind controlled and never worked for Shrek, he suffered a lot from the Shrek ban list. The meme Infinity Gauntlet just ended up taking a lot of his power. And because of that, he's ranked at number 6. At number 5, we have Uncle Dijon. Uncle Dijon is hands down one of the smartest characters in the memeverse, as he pretty much knows how to survive anything. In one instance, he even survived the political and economic state of the world right now. On top of that, he controls the Legion, the strongest faction on TikTok. This faction was so strong that he even scared the minion cult from the moon. He's shown on multiple instances that he can go through many multiverses and even solo many animals. However, some other characters on this list are just flat out more powerful. We'll have to see how Uncle Dijon fares in the memeverse, because the memeverse only gets more powerful over time. At number 4, I have Shrek. Shrek is the main villain of the memeverse. He also controls the villains of the memeverse. This includes some all-time powerful characters like the group leader, Romanian final boss, and Wise Mystical Tree. On top of that, he's also collecting the memeverse Infinity Gauntlet. It's said if he collects all 6 items of King Bob's Excalibur, Victoria's Secret, Scooby Snacks, the reverse card, Mr. Bean's Teddy, and Joe, he'll be able to delete all memes. However, so far in the memeverse, he's only managed to collect 5. However, using these 5 items, he's pretty much managed to nerf almost half the verse. He's caused big time nerfs to characters on this list, and he's even held his own against characters higher on this list. There's no telling where Shrek could rank in about half a year from now. If he manages to collect the full meme Infinity Gauntlet and reach his full potential, we could be talking about a top 3 Shrek. But for now, he ranks as number 4 in the strongest memeverse characters of 2022. At number 3, we have Giga Chad. Giga Chad is the most physically powerful character in the memeverse, being able to lift numerous multiverses. He also has direct access to the Sigma Force, which allows him to boost his power level. In fact, he even knows what the dog is doing and what the fox says. He's even proven that he can escape Ohio on hard difficulty. He's maintained his power and even continued to gain power throughout the year. And his new league's strongest form, Cosmic Giga Chad, could be enough to take him into the top 2. But for now, we'll have to wait and see, because Giga Chad is just simply outmatched by the other top 2 strongest characters in the memeverse. However, Giga Chad ranks as the 3rd strongest memeverse character of 2022. At number 2, we have Quandale Dingle. At one point, Quandale Dingle was the undisputed strongest character in the memeverse. This is because in his Omega Dingle form, he was pretty much untouchable. I mean, this guy could not only manipulate reality, but he could also manipulate the storyline of any battle he was in. This is seen in his battle with Giga Chad. When Giga Chad was in his then strongest form, Boundless Omega Chad Giga Chad, he pretty much rewrote the storyline of the entire fight to win. On top of that, he's the leader of the Capybara. Don't forget that the Capybara in their prime were able to go into their Super Capybara forms, which were enough to solo a lot of lower tier characters. And this guy had control of all Capybaras. Although he had really high stats, unfortunately he was hit with the Shrek ban list. After Shrek added Joe to his memeverse Infinity Gauntlet, he nerfed Quandale Dingle. He even took away his strongest form, Omega Dingle, and took him from the high boundless tier to the mid boundless tier. And now Quandale Dingle remains as number 2 on the strongest memeverse characters of 2022. But at number 1, we have the Ohio Final Boss. This man has completely run away with the title of the strongest character in the memeverse. This is because he has a vast myriad of abilities. Just to name a few, he has Gear 5, Bankai, Sharingan, Lightskin Riz, Dragon of Ohio, Wonder of Ohio, Golden Experience Ohio, and Domain Expansion. Not to mention, he controls Ohio, the most dangerous place in the memeverse. He also has many support characters like the Secretaries of Ohio, which can copy the powers of other memeverse characters and manipulate all drip in the verse. Not to mention that he has really high stats and also pretty much every category needed to be the strongest character in the memeverse, like defeating other powerful memeverse characters. Because of that, the Ohio Final Boss ranks as the strongest memeverse character of 2022. And those are the strongest meme characters of 2022. Hope you enjoyed this video and let me know if I missed any characters. Like and subscribe for more.